Johnson County will not be issuing a new order. Rather, we would continue to educate and get the public to understand the reasoning behind the phased reopening. Those are based on what we know about the virus and what we know about the interventions that are likely going to help in minimizing the impact of the virus. So we're going to be appealing to our residents for their sense of responsibility, not just to themselves, but to the rest of the public, to ensure that they take the common sense approaches that we've been talking about, to avoid large gatherings, to stay 6 feet away from people, to wear masks, and to really understand the risks that they are facing when they make decisions to go to places. The key thing to remember for Johnson County residents is that just because you can does not mean that you should. You should understand that the virus is here. Maybe even more now so than it was 3-4 weeks ago when we started to open things up. And so the more out there that we are, the more interactions that we have with one another, the higher the risk of transmission, and the higher the risk of the virus infecting our most vulnerable population. So places can choose to reopen, but we're hoping that businesses will continue to adhere to the spirit of the plan. The guidelines, and they haven't changed. You should stay home if you're sick. That's a responsibility not just to yourself, but to the public. Wear mask as often as you can when you have to go out, especially if you cannot maintain the 6-foot distance. Stay home unless you absolutely have to go out, and absolutely avoid large crowds. So places might choose to open. There will be some places that choose to open. Some bars might open. There could be gatherings of more people. But for the sake of your own health and those of your family or older relatives who may be more susceptible than you are, or people with underlying conditions, and really, frankly, for the sake of other residents in the county, you should stay away from large gatherings. Again, wash your hands. If you have to cough or sneeze into a tissue paper into your elbow. All of those things that we've been talking about, there's not a time when those things have been more important than now. We cannot pretend that the past 8 weeks did not happen. We had transmissions. We've had a few adverse consequences from the infection. And right now, the risk of transmission is higher than it was 2-3 weeks ago. And it's more important to adhere to those things, protect yourself and protect your loved ones.